Agatha All Along Episode 7 Episode Breakdown, Death's Hand in Mine. In the last episode of Agatha All Along we finally learn who the teen is and how Lilia was the one who placed Sigil upon him. In this episode, we finally learn who Lilia is as she faces her trial, which reveals more than audiences expected. How will this episode change the show moving forward? Let's find out. Death's Hand in Mine. The entire episode focuses on Lilia, whom we learn has lived for hundreds if not thousands of years, learning she had a special ability to predict the future since she was a child living in Italy. However, this gift has done nothing but cause trouble as she still could not save her village from a plague or the old woman, who we assume was her teacher, from death. Throughout the season, Lilia has had random outbursts that while it freaked out or confused others, it was fairly obvious she was seeing the future. This meant that there were times when she'd say something and instantly forget, or when she tried to say something, others reminded her that she already told them. As Billy and Agatha travel to their next trial, Lilia and Jenny are stuck traveling in a tunnel underground. The two narrowly escape getting caught by the Selim 7. Although Jenny is given the chance to escape, Lilia pleads her to stay and save Agatha and Billy. Jenny agrees. Lilia explains to Jenny that she believes she's traveling through gaps in time. One moment she's back to being a child and learning about her gift, the next she's at the 80s trial using the Ouija board with the coven. Next, she's warning Elise to not save Agatha, and then she's back in the tunnel. Lilia becomes stressed as she's not able to control it and it seems to be getting worse. But what Lilia comes to realize is that each time she jumps she's able to fix situations or warn others of what's to come. It was never about control but seeing. This includes the trial where Agatha, now dressed as the Wicked Witch of the West, and Billy, now dressed as Maleficent, who is an evil fairy not a witch, so why, are failing to complete the test, which involves tarot cards and a ceiling with swords. Once the trial begins, neither knows what they're doing, with Agatha always making things worse, as she tends to do. After some jumps, Lilia, dressed as Glinda, and Jenny, who I think is supposed to be the evil queen when she turns into the old hag, find them. Initially, Lilia tries to read Billy, but when the swords keep falling and the ceiling continues to drop, she realizes she is the traveler. Lilia needs to read her own fortune. In doing so, each tarot card reflects back to moments from the season, until finally the trial ends and a doorway is revealed. It is during this time that audiences discover that Rio is not only the Green Witch but death itself. Honestly, this was a weird revelation that left less of an impact and became more of a head-scratcher. Apparently, Agatha knew but never said anything. And it's been insinuated she has never been on the road nor completed it before. If that is the case, then why is she remembered for being the only one who ever survived the road? As Lilia helps everyone escape, providing a warning to Agatha, she remains to deal with the Selim 7 who have caught up to them. By flipping one card upside down, the entire room is revealed to be a tower, sending the Selim 7 to their deaths to be impaled by the swords. This also means Lilia suffers the same fate, but she dies in order to save the others. It's another excellent episode. I had been looking forward to Lilia's trial and was slightly disappointed. Although the trial itself was creative and led to a sad but thrilling conclusion, I was hoping to see the cast dressed in Renaissance Italy clothing and garb. I wanted them to be immersed in the time and world Lilia came from, and what do we get? Everyone is dressed in glorified Halloween costumes, with Billy's being the only one who is not a fictional witch character. This was such a frustrating and confusing choice. Aside from that, Rio's reveal to be death was kind of bland. From the beginning, she was this wild card who I didn't find myself interested in once Agatha was freed from Vanda's curse. She was this run-of-the-mill, crazy ex-girlfriend type who didn't bring anything to the table. And now it's revealed she was death too. Not the best reveal, and, hey, we are proven once more why Agatha is so unlikable, and boy does she really have a knack for relationships. But aside from all that, when the episode focused on Lilia, it felt like a thrilling art piece coming to life. We are following alongside her, trying to figure out what is going on at the same time she is. Her gifts and backstory was easily the most compelling of the coven thus far, even though it was obvious since Mrs. Hart died that each member would follow suit. This means, logically, Jenny's trial is next, and she'll most likely die as well. But I'm still hoping by the end of the season somehow everyone comes back. Maybe we time jump back to when Agatha is freed from the curse and thus the Coven continues on with their lives with major improvements.